It is close to freezing in Moscow, but expect a heated matchup inside the Megasport Arena here this evening. This is the 33rd meeting between these two since the turn of the century. One of the biggest rivalries in the EuroLeague. CSKA leads the series 18-14, but in the most recent encounter back in round 15, Panathinaikos won 96-84 in Athens in Nick Calathes' first game on the Pana bench. They're being introduced now, 12-13 so far, started well enough, winning 5 of their first 8 games, but their only victory in the next 6 came at home to bottom club Darüşşafaka. It led to a change of coach with Papapetrou arriving, and they got an immediate impact, beating CSKA by 12. That started an ongoing run of 4 straight home wins, but their road loss streak extended to 9 games before winning their last 2 at Granka and Dachka in their last 2 games. There we see the head-to-head since the turn of the century. Nick Calathes has been able to establish his playing style recently and got key players back from injury. A defence-orientated coach. Pana are second in the league in steals. And they've got the bit between their teeth in the drive forward towards the playoff places. 2 old enemies set to meet again, and 2 of the 4 most successful clubs in European basketball history. Pana start with the ball. Papapetrou to Calathes. A huge 8.4 assists per game this season. He finds DeShaun Thomas, who's finding form at just the right time. He's scored in double figures in 6 straight games. And what a start to this one as well. There goes Higgins into the lane, hangs but can't hit. And the rebound grabbed by Thomas as well. His average at 9.6 points through the course of the season, but up in recent weeks. Calathes will float one from the foul line, can't get it to drop, and he's called for a travel, in fact, so turns the ball over. Panathinaikos, remember, the most efficient at protecting the ball in the whole league, just 11 turnovers a game, rather. And Calathes committing one already in the opening minute of this. Daniel Hackett. A burst to the basket all the way through, turning on the afterburners to get CSKA up and running. Calathes. Papapetrou across to the near side. 3-point shot for Kilpatrick. Wouldn't go down, falling just short. Here's Hackett again, the Italian international, into the lane, floats one up over the top of Papapetrou, batted back, CSKA recover. Korbanov across to the far side, Hackett fizzes inside, and Calathes there to block the passing lane. Offensive rebounds huge for CSKA last week. So was that whack into the cameraman from Hackett. Here he is again. Hackett backing in against Calathes, into the lane. Calathes, though, the second best player on the continent in steals. Goes behind the back on the offensive end this time, on to Thomas. Thomas spinning and shooting over the top of Palumbo. You can see the confidence that DeShaun Thomas is playing with right now, but he misses that one. Hackett into the lane, back out. Korbanov wide open for 3, got it. 5 points without reply for CSKA. Nikita Korbanov, who had 7 points and 8 rebounds in last week's win here over Milan, didn't miss a shot. And 4 of those rebounds were on the offensive glass as well, including a couple of huge putbacks. And this time, he starts the scoring with a 3. Such an efficient player for CSKA this season. Here he is again, thought about another 3, instead taking it on the turn and missing it was Hunter. And the rebound for Thomas again. Calathes, high entry pass, just about reeled in, balancing the baseline was Papapetrou. Kilpatrick. Pana playing with fire, but getting away with it. Here's Papapetrou again, takes on the long two, and it's too long. Corbin off the rebound, saves it on the baseline. Hackett onto Othello Hunter. Looking to pick up right where he left off last week. Here's Cory Higgins, who's been a consistent scoring threat through the course of the season. Now Hackett. Shot clock winding down to the final few seconds. He goes one way and then the other and hits. Daniel Hackett over the top of Calathes. 7 without reply for the team that have won 7 in a row. A good look for 3 for Panathinaikos, and they hit it. The league's worst three-point shooting team have got 2 already. Coach Patino talked about them hitting 10 three-pointers in the win over CSKA at home in round 15. They're 2 of 4 here early on. Hackett. Hunter looking to go on the pick and roll, gets inside and attacks Thomas and scores with the contact. And Patino is not happy. Panathinaikos' defense is porous in the opening 4 minutes. Hackett torching Calathes first, and then Hunter on the inside attacking Thomas. $11 points for Othello against Panathinaikos in that defeat in Athens. 5 rebounds as well in just 17.5 minutes on court. He was 4 of 7 from the field, 3 of 4 from the foul line. He completes the three-point play here after his career high of 19 points and 4 assists as well last week against Milan. CSKA by 4. Kilpatrick to Calathes. They'll float one up just inside the paint. Too long. Big rebound on the offensive glass for Vayukas. Reeled in by James Gist as the bigs do their thing on the inside for Panathinaikos. Here is Vayukas again trying to force it up. And a foul on the floor. Ian Vayukas coming in, the 33-year-old centre. Looking to take on 3 CSKA players. He's only averaged 7.5 minutes per game this season, but shot 72% from the field. 3.4 points per game. Ioannis Papapetrou, the young centre, has shot 75%. So Panathinaikos do have the players inside to do some damage, but CSKA haven't allowed them any room to operate so far. Keith Langford in off the bench. Panathinaikos' second leading scorer. Here's Vayukas, spattered away, but a goaltend called against Palumboy. That one will count for Vayukas. The arc of the ball on its way down, so the goaltend's called against Palumboy. Panathinaikos back within 2. Hunter. Higgins takes the fadeaway towards the baseline. First score for Cory Higgins, averaging 15 points per game this season. Calathes gets away, misses the shot, but he'll go to the foul line after the contact from Hackett. Alec Peters set to come in for CSKA, shooting 48% from downtown this season. There's that fade away from Higgins. He's shooting a league best 54.8% from long range, but 51% on the inside as well. First score for Nick Calathes. He had a 14-point, 10-assist double-double in the round 15 win. 6 rebounds and 3 steals as well. Very impressive all-round, as he so often is. CSKA by 2. Higgins. Hackett. Peters coming out and then going back in. Corbin off to Hackett again. Shot clock down to the final 4 seconds here. Othello Hunter running interference. Hackett shoots from the elbow. Down to the deck he goes, but he hits it. Daniel Hackett with a really strong start. 6 points already. Calathes to Gist. Up against Peters, a mismatch in terms of size and power. He tries to go off the window. Korbanov coming across on the help defense, disrupted it. Here's Hackett again. Peters now on the offensive end. Up against Calathes. Looking to bully his way to the basket. The shot fell short, and the rebound grabbed by Papapetrou. The points haven't come easily for Panathinaikos so far. They're still only down by 4, though, as Antetokounmpo gets set to come in. They have a 4-point edge after 6 minutes of this one, 14-10. Panathinaikos have the ball, though, off the back of the timeout. Calathes. Langford on the curl, taking on the 3. Wouldn't go down. 2 3-pointers early for Panathinaikos, but they've missed 3 as well now. Punter. And Higgins. Higgins on the left-hand dribble drive. Again, the fade away as he stops on a dime, misses the shot this time, though. Calathes. Posting up far side of the paint, looking to back in and go to work here. Creates the space. James Gist taking the 3 and hitting it. Panathinaikos keep on taking long ranges. And James Gist shooting 37% across this season, but he doesn't take many. That was only his 19th attempt. Hackett. Fouled by Calathes, the second foul on Panathinaikos. CSKA have 3 already. Just what Panathinaikos needed to get back within touching distance. Creating all of the room was Ian Vayukas, who's had a good impact since coming in off the bench. And James Gist hitting the 3. Known really for his work on the interior over his 9 EuroLeague campaigns, 7 with Panathinaikos, but a big shot from deep that time. Hunter setting the screen, wriggling around it goes Higgins, and into the big frame of Vayukas. Another foul, so 3 each now. This one on Keith Langford. Sergio Rodriguez in the game for the first time. Inbounds to Cory Higgins. Around the screen of Hunter. Higgins going all the way through, run into a green and white wall there, did Higgins. Langford going coast to coast, floating one off the window and scoring with the contact as well. The 2-time Alfonso Ford top scorer rolling back the years as Panathinaikos lead here. The defensive wall put up by Gist and Vayukas, and then Langford taking a mid-air hit, still able to score. It's the 4th foul on CSKA as well. And Langford completes the 3-point play. From 4 down, they lead by 2. They've scored the last 6 points without reply now, Panathinaikos. Rodriguez dictating the tempo here in the half court. Korbanov gets away from Gist. Rodriguez wide open for 3, misses it. And Antetokounmpo, the athletic rebound, drawing that 5th foul on CSKA as well. Few, if any, players more athletic in the EuroLeague than Ioannis Antetokounmpo. And he was whacked on his way down. Looks as though they've called this against Panathinaikos. Indeed they have. CSKA to inbound here. Deep to Hines. Rodriguez. CSKA get away with one there. Let's see if they can convert. And that's the 4th foul on Panathinaikos instead.
Panathinaikos 4 командных фола, 14 fouls.
CSKA looking to get level from the line. Cory Higgins has hit his last 13 free throws in a row in the EuroLeague, shooting 85%, as you can see there, across the season. Tag one more onto that streak. 16-16, nothing to separate these two over the first 7.5 minutes. Lucas Calathes in for the first time, finding Langford. Antetokounmpo. Langford looking to work behind the screen of Papagiannis, who then moved away from it. Thomas back to Langford, shot clock down to the final 5 seconds. Langford looking to go to work here, gets onto the foul line, puts it up in traffic, misses the shot, and the rebound grabbed by Clyburn. Maniruk's 4th in the league, averaging 7 rebounds a game. There he is going through on the offensive end and getting fouled by Antetokounmpo. There's Panathinaikos, who reached the foul limit first. Second personal on Antetokounmpo, who was penalised on that attempt to grab the rebound not too long ago, when it looked like he'd pulled it down between 2 CSKA players. He will go to the bench. The first player in the game to pick up his second foul. Will Clyburn's first point. Having only come in 36 seconds ago. You saw there Nando De Colo sitting courtside, unable to compete tonight. He had 17 points and 3 assists in the round 15 meeting between these two. Four straight foul shots have given CSKA the lead here. The entry pass and then the big jam over the top. Papagiannis with some perseverance to force it down over the top of the CSKA defense. Didn't quite go down the first time, but he made sure the second. 18-18, Rodriguez spinning in the lane and putting it up off one leg. And these two multiple-time champions trading blows now. Calathes under the hoop he goes, on the reverse, wouldn't drop for him, Hines the rebound. Final minute of the first quarter approaching here. Rodriguez, bounce pass, trying to thread the eye of the needle, expecting the baseline cut from Cory Higgins, and it didn't materialize. Ivan Ukov set to come in. Here's a look at this big dunk. Didn't quite go down there, but it rattled the rim a little bit and then finally dropped. Right over the top of Kyle Hines. What a finish from Ioannis Papapetrou, the 21-year-old. Langford in the lane, couldn't quite hit. CSKA have the edge despite that huge play from Papapetrou. And they have the ball, looking to extend their leads here. Hines looking to grab an offensive rebound and can only carry it over the baseline. 34 seconds remaining in the first. Panathinaikos ball.
Защита, включаемся!
Calathes running into trouble and turning it over. A couple of turnovers on Nick Calathes already. Nobody else has turned it over for Panathinaikos, though, so just 2 as a team. That was their first since the opening minute. Only a 3-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock at the end of the first quarter. CSKA will take their time, and then Ukov goes through the gears. Back out to Peters. Two to shoot here. Rodriguez into the lane. Off balance, would it go? The chance to maybe force something up, but not in time for Panathinaikos. And that will do it for a fascinating first quarter here. Coach Dimitris Itoudis is CSKA ahead, but only by a slender margin. CSKA 20, Panathinaikos 18. Panathinaikos down by 2, but will start with the ball at the start of the second as Ioannis Papapetrou gets set to inbound. They've spread their points around so far, Panathinaikos. Nobody has more than 3. And 18 points certainly isn't a bad tally in a quarter on the road in Moscow. CSKA led by the early 6 of Daniel Hackett. There's Thomas, who hit an early 3-pointer and then didn't score after that. Across to the far side, down the wing it goes to Langford, little jab step, steps to the side, draws the double team, they kick it back out. Calathes is the free man for 3, got it! Panathinaikos ahead off their 4th 3. And the lovely ball movement and the threat of Langford on the far side opening up the opportunity. Rodriguez, an offensive foul, I think has gone against Kyle Hines here. CSKA with their 4th turnover, just after Calathes gave Pana the lead. Nick Calathes, who's only shot 27% from downtown this season. It is his Achilles heel. Langford into the lane, stuck to like glue and called for a travel. Really good one-on-one defense that time from the youngster. Ivan Ukov right on top of him. Just the 3rd turnover for Pana. Here is Ukov on the offensive end. Now Rodriguez gets away from Calathes. Open on this near side is Clyburn. Takes his time though and allows Papapetrou to greet him on the perimeter. Calls for the screen from Hines and then moves back inside. Clyburn looking to attack. Grabs his own rebound and puts it in. Tenacious on the boards, Will Clyburn. CSKA Moscow ahead now. Thomas wants to take on Clyburn, one-on-one far side of the paint, looking to muscle his way to the basket and got fouled. An aggressive offense from DeShaun Thomas. After the aggressive offense at the other end from Will Clyburn. His athleticism makes him such a good rebounder. First missed free throw in the game from Thomas. Before that, CSKA were 3 of 3. Or CSKA were 5 of 5, rather, and Panathinaikos were 3 of 3. He does hit the second, though. And we're level at 22-22. Ukov goes to the bench. 2 fouls already, though, for CSKA in the second quarter. Just a minute and a half played. Here's Hackett. High catch for Rodriguez, far side. Hines setting the screen, moving back into the paint. Rodriguez finds him on the bounce pass. Hines turns in the lane, can't get it to go. The rebound grabbed by Papapetrou. Calathes. There's the pass to the corner, right on the money for Thomas, who wasn't on the mark with the shot. It is Panathinaikos ball, though. The last touch off Daniel Hackett.
Ну что, поможем команде.
Calathes. Inside, Papapetrou thunders it home again. The great giant doing his thing on the interior. 2 big dunks already. Panathinaikos ahead. Rodriguez goes behind the back, looks to shake off the attentions of Calathes around the screen of Hines. Back behind the perimeter, he's going to take on the 3. Got nothing but net.
Sergio
Rodriguez creating the gap and draining it. Patino not happy with the defense again. Papagiannis stood off him. Down the other end looking to respond is Kilpatrick, who still hasn't scored. Clyburn spins away from Kilpatrick, off the window, wouldn't go. Tipped by Hines though, and a fresh 14 on the shot clock for CSKA. Rodriguez. Hines rolling inside, Rodriguez going all the way himself, sliced right through the Pana defense. CSKA looking to turn up the intensity. Kilpatrick, he'll go again, floats it short, tries to grab his own rebound. Hines beats him to it though. Panathinaikos have to be careful here. CSKA building up steam. Hackett looking to weave through a gap. Cross-court pass instead to Peters near side. Now Hines up against Papagiannis. Hines, the runner in the lane, would it go? Rebound grabbed by Papapetrou. Calathes. And a foul on Rodriguez is the third on CSKA here in the second quarter. Still no CSKA player has more than one foul on their individual stat line. Rodriguez taking on an outside shot over the top of Papagiannis and then slicing right down the lane for 5 quick-fire points. He has since committed CSKA's third team foul of the second quarter. Calathes. Ioannis, they know he won't shoot the outside shot, so they stand off him. And ultimately, he runs out of ideas and is forced into the turnover. Sloppy play as he tried to find Papapetrou. There's the big dunk from Papagiannis not too long before, but CSKA have since gone up again. Panathinaikos are going to have to try and match them. Points the edge, they're threatening to increase their breathing room though. Rodriguez to Hines, over to Hackett, far side, got the defense up in the air and drew the foul from Kilpatrick. First foul on Panathinaikos in the second quarter. Quite clicked for Kilpatrick so far. He's 0 of 3 from the field, yet to score in 7 minutes, and he commits the foul. Rodriguez. Hines comes out, rolls back inside, looking to receive it. Rodriguez almost put it home himself. Here come Panathinaikos, Papapetrou on the burst, coast to coast, but an offensive foul called. The basket will not count as Alec Peters got his body in the way. 2 consecutive fouls for Panathinaikos. They commit another turnover, so more now in the second quarter already than they had in the whole of the first. The signs of a slip are there for Panathinaikos, but they're still within 3 points. Hackett. Rodriguez. Little jab step from Clyburn. Up against Papapetrou. Backing in. Clyburn all the way to the basket, missed the shot though. Ioannis rolling away, Calathes finds it, and then cutting down the baseline, missing on the reverse was Kilpatrick again. He'll go once more, blocked by Hines. No way through for Sean Kilpatrick. Calathes. And a foul, CSKA's 4th, just over the midway point of the quarter. Hines, who was dunked over by Papagiannis earlier, this time coming up with a huge rejection. And Sean Kilpatrick now 0 of 5 from the field and still yet to score. A timeout here. Hines averaging 0.8 blocks per game this season in 19 minutes per game. And he's consistently done it throughout his EuroLeague career. Had 3 block shots when these two teams last met. Calathes. James Gist on the far side. Shot clock down to the final 3 seconds. Gist going to work, misses the shot. And Panathinaikos are really struggling on the interior, just 4 of 17 from two-point range. Rodriguez, bounce pass, Hines across to the far side, corner three, wouldn't go for CSKA, another offensive rebound though. The three-point shot is good. Another second bite of the cherry. Cory Higgins, the league's best in that position. Gist. CSKA up by 6. This is their largest lead. Kilpatrick finally gets up and running, having missed his first 5 shots. And a perfect time for Pana as well. 4 minutes of the first half to play. Hines looking to take on Vajukas. Sensed that he had the mobility mismatch and he got fouled on his path into the paint. Third foul on Panathinaikos. The first on Ian Vajukas. So many stars on court, 2 absolute masters on the 2 respective benches as well. This one has been tight and tense throughout this first half. CSKA looking to restore what is the largest lead, or had been the largest lead for either team in the game at 6 points. That was the first point for Kyle Hines. He's grabbed 5 rebounds though already, 3 of them on the offensive glass, and he had that big block shot as well. 6 points the gap. Final 4 minutes of the first half. Kilpatrick to Calathes. He'll back off and take his time. Calathes kicks it out. They threaten the 3. Step inside. Papapetrou floats one from the foul line. 5 points for Papapetrou now, as well as 7 rebounds already. Higgins. Bolomboy across to Rodriguez. Rodriguez taking on the quick step back 3 and gets it to rattle around and drop. 10 points for Sergio. 2 of 3 from downtown. Calathes floating one up. And the one-man dunk machine, Ioannis Papapetrou, puts the exclamation mark on the pass. Panathinaikos had really struggled on the inside. I mentioned they'd hit just 4 of their first 17 two-point attempts. They've hit their last 3 in a row now. And there's a turnover on CSKA, a heel on the baseline from Cory Higgins as he caught that pass. So he's called out of bounds. Just when CSKA were threatening to pull away, perhaps, Panathinaikos reeled them back in. Ioannis Papapetrou with the big alley-oop finish this time. James Gist looking to bully his way to the basket. And Panathinaikos are back within 3 as CSKA are forced to call a timeout here. CSKA calling the timeout to try and change that back in their favor again. Rodriguez. Clyburn. Off to Higgins. Here's Bolomboy in the corner. Gives it back to Higgins. Shot clock down to the final 5 seconds here. Higgins directing traffic. Crosses over into the double team. Finds Hines, who puts it up on the reverse. Really difficult shot, attacking Papapetrou underneath. Nothing for CSKA off the back of that timeout. Panathinaikos looking to close the gap even further, or maybe even get back level. Calathes drawing the double team. Hines moves back into the paint. Calathes clings onto it on the outside. Papapetrou creating room for him to shoot, but it falls short for Calathes, who's only 1 of 4 from the field. And then bursting all the way through, but getting denied. Papapetrou, and here come Pana Gist. Got fouled on his route to the rim by Bolomboy. An explosive few seconds of action towards the end of the second quarter. Higgins denied by Papapetrou, and Calathes then leading the fast break. As James Gist went for the big jam, but got hit by Bolomboy.
Ну что, друзья, Джоэль не дал забить, и мы не дадим. Спорт, дай шуму!
CSKA at the foul limit for the quarter. James Gist at the line for the first time tonight. Had 11 points in just 18 minutes in the round 15 win over CSKA. Shot 3 of 5 from the field and 5 of 7 from the line in that one. He hits his first from the line here. Misses the second though, 2 points the gap. Panathinaikos have scored each of the last 5 points. CSKA trying to swing things back in their favour, and they do with the corner dagger. Semen Antonov in the game and in with a bang. His first contribution. 5 points the CSKA lead, final minute of the first half. Gist. Calathes. Calathes usually throws those alley-oop passes for James Gist, of course, but it's been Ioannis today. Papapetrou on the big baseline cut, but he stepped on the line. Fine margins between a turnover and a highlight reel play. Rick Pitino perhaps sensing the fine margins between a win and a loss. Panathinaikos' 6th turnover of the first half to match the 6 of CSKA. And they still trail by 5 with 41 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Rodriguez taking the ring road around the defense all the way, back out again. Clyburn looking for Hunter. Mismatch perhaps against Calathes here as he senses to back in, but kicks it back out. Rodriguez open for 3, got it! CSKA just have so many weapons. They rarely go cold for long. Starting to heat up again here, final seconds of the first half. 5 to shoot, Calathes, he's going to take on the 3, misses it, offensive rebound away in time to beat the buzzer for DeShaun Thomas. A big play on the boards at the buzzer for Panathinaikos to close the gap here. At the half, CSKA lead by 6, 41 to 35.
Coach, despite the great height advantage of your team, you started with a rather shooting style and losing at the moment. What should work for your team in the second half?
Well, the problem is we fell asleep 3 or 4 times with the three-point line defensively. That's really the difference. We're playing good basketball, but they're 6 of 8 from the 3 by switching with no rhyme or reason for switching 1-5. Then we fell asleep in the corner for a 3. If it wasn't for their shooting from the three-point line, we'd have the lead.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
Indeed, as I was saying, he desperately wants to tighten up on the perimeter on defense, but his team's certainly close enough to try and deal with those issues and turn this one back in their favor. They're shooting 44%, 4 of 9 from downtown, 39% on the inside, but I've talked already about how they've improved in that regard. 35 points in the half is just below their average of 37.5 this season. What a spectacular setting it is in the Russian capital for this one, as we see the breakdown of the scoring. CSKA hitting the 20-point mark in both quarters. Panathinaikos only just behind them in both. They've certainly shown that they are up for the fight here tonight, but they have to improve, Pana, in the second half, you feel. 6 turnovers apiece. CSKA just ahead in terms of the rebounding battle, although Panathinaikos have grabbed 1 more on the offensive glass. Very little to choose between the 2 teams. It all comes down to those shooting percentages. 13 for the number 13 so far. Sergio Rodriguez, the game's leading scorer. So many others who can step up on both sides of the floor, though. Already over his season average, he's been more of a scorer than a facilitator in this one. Could very quickly take on a different role at any point. Here is Rodriguez. Up against Calathes, the two leading creators for their respective teams through the season. Here goes Clyburn, rejected by Papa. Ioannis able to grab it on the baseline, though, and to play it off the shins of the big man. So it remains in CSKA's hands. Only 2.3 to shoot, though. Rodriguez will get the ball in, tipped away. They'll try and recover it, and the shot clock violation in the end. So a good start on defense for Panathinaikos here in the third quarter. Thomas, Papapetrou. Ioannis to Calathes. Calathes high to Ioannis. Wouldn't go down that time. Just fell at the finish line on that alley-oop attempt. Rodriguez goes all the way through himself again. Misses the shot, though. Flipped up again and tipped home by Hunter. Tenacious on the boards. CSKA by 8 points. Calathes. Kilpatrick goes away from Thomas, who keeps hold of it, gives it to Calathes. Ioannis setting the screen, moving back onto the interior, and then the cut right down Main Street from Papapetrou, who powers it home. An emphatic way to start the second half for Pana. 6 points the gap again. Rodriguez. Across to the far side, defense up in the air, the step inside two, wouldn't go. Papapetrou on the boards, tipped it to his teammate Thomas. Calathes behind the back, pirouette, edge of the paint, dances away from Rodriguez and scores. Nick Calathes putting on a clinic. Attacking in transition. 7 points and 6 assists now. Panathinaikos within 4. There goes Higgins, in between two and all the way through. A chance at a three-point play for Cory Higgins. One of the EuroLeague scoring machines. He's up to 9 already. And a chance to hit double figures at the foul line. Got away far too easily that time. There's the big jam from Papapetrou off the 6th assist from Calathes, who then followed it up with a score of his own. Higgins becomes the second player in the ball game after Sergio Rodriguez to hit double digits. 10 points now. CSKA perfect from the stripe, 8 of 8. Thomas, difficult shot on the run. Got the rebound wrestled off him by Clyburn. Rodriguez takes the long range two, misses it. Calathes a rebound. Lovely pass down the floor as well. Thomas was stripped, but then Antonov landed on the baseline to put it back in Pana possession. Had his heels planted on the baseline as he tried to save the ball. Calathes for 3. No. Calathes just 2 of 7 from the field now. Rodriguez, he'll try and show him how it's done. Searing hot Sergio. Red hot Rodriguez. And CSKA up by double digits for the first time. 49-39 as Rick Pitino calls a timeout here.
Ball. 2 and 3, gotta get back. You can't stand there. You get wide open 3. When we run motion, don't throw it to the 2-man. It's wasting time. Throw it to the 4-man. 4 cuts. 5 pops out. Now we back screen and rescreen. That's motion. We had a wide open dunk that we missed.
Sergio Rodriguez now 4 of 5 from downtown, as well as hitting a couple on the inside. 16 points to lead all scorers in the game. And absolutely lighting it up from long range now. CSKA as a team up to 7 of 9 from three-point land. They've taken one less attempt than Panathinaikos. They've hit 3 more though. And that is essentially the difference here in the overall scoreline. Rodriguez shooting 2 of 5 on the inside, but 4 of 5 from deep. Well over his season average already. Plenty of this one to go. Panathinaikos down by 10, despite a few signs of promise in the first 3 minutes of the second half. They just haven't been able to deal with an outside shooting of CSKA. Foul called on CSKA, so Papapetrou to inbound from the far side. Ioannis to Calathes. Ioannis setting the high screen, creates the space on the perimeter. Papapetrou, how badly they needed that one. Back in business from the outside themselves. Papapetrou up to double figures, 10 points as well as 7 rebounds, a steal and a block. His involvement has gone a little under the radar until now. He's 4 of 6 from the field, including 2 of 2 from downtown. And that one off the 7th assist from Calathes. Rodriguez high to Hunter. He lost it on the catch, Papapetrou. And he's fouled as he came down the floor by Antonov. 2 fouls on each team now in the opening 3 minutes and 20 seconds of the third. Calathes. Thomas. Backdoor cut, but Rodriguez read it so well, telepathed it. Quarterback pass, though, was too long. Calls from Rick Pitino from the Panathinaikos bench as his team just commit their 7th turnover. Panathinaikos, although CSKA, only a few seconds later, commit their 9th. Ioannis Calathes is going to take on another 3-pointer, misses again. Only 1 of 5 from the outside, only 2 of 8 from the field. Clyburn. He'll take his time. Rodriguez back to Clyburn, shot clock down to 5 now, the jab steps. He takes on the static 3 in the end, it falls short, and the rebound grabbed by Kilpatrick. Papapetrou directing traffic from the near side, Kilpatrick on the burst to the basket, far side, it ends up in the hands of Thomas. Here is Papapetrou. Rodriguez did so well to keep his balance on the late closeout, but then floated up from just beyond the foul line by Kilpatrick. Panathinaikos have halved the largest lead of the game down to 5. Clyburn to Higgins. Around the screen of Hunter, Higgins stepping away from Ioannis and getting hit. CSKA have shown at times just how hot they can be on offense, but Panathinaikos are sticking with them. Very much within touching distance after 25 minutes. They know it's going to have to be a big finish for them to match what CSKA can do here in Moscow. Rodriguez. Barcelona up by 7 on the road at Fenerbahce in the second quarter. That would still a long way to go, of course, but that would be a huge win in terms of the fight for top spot and the fight for 4th. Barcelona trying to catch Efes for the final spot in the playoffs with home court advantage. Rodriguez, oh, put in by Clyburn. Rodriguez the penetration, Clyburn the finish. CSKA by 7. CSKA, of course, trying to catch Fener for top spot. And there's an offensive foul against Panathinaikos. That one is tough to take. They're half the 10-point gap down to 5, and now it gives CSKA the opportunity to go up by 9 or 10 again. After that huge putback from Will Clyburn. Kilpatrick picks up his third foul. It's not been a good night for him so far, just 2 of 8 from the field for 4 points. Panathinaikos could do with the defensive stop here. Slicing all the way through goes Higgins, misses it. Another offensive rebound, though, turning in a crowd of players and scoring. Othello on the hunt again. And CSKA on the hunt for another win. Othello Hunter with a couple of offensive rebounds in quick succession. And he kept his composure in the paint. Against 3 white and green jerseys. He misses the and 1. He's on 7 points and 3 assists so far, as well as 3 rebounds. 9 points, the gap again. Calathes weaving and hanging one high once more. Ioannis Papapetrou keeps on throwing them down as Calathes keeps on throwing them up. His 8th assist, and Papapetrou with his 4th dunk. Rodriguez far side closed down by Calathes. And a foul called against Panathinaikos, who've hit the limit already here in the 3rd quarter, trailing by 7. Calathes another alley-oop pass though, and Papapetrou getting basket side of Hunter to rattle the rim once more. He's 4 of 5 from the field for his 8 points, but they've all been dunks. Only the 1 rebound for Papapetrou, though. You feel that that is an area that he can improve. Although he did have 12 boards in last week's win, which was a career high, you sense that he can become dominant on the inside as he matures in this competition. Still very young. As is this game, still 14 minutes to play. Panathinaikos down by 9 again, though. Calathes, he'll take on a 3 and got it. Again, every time you sense CSKA will pull away, Pana pull them back in. Calathes shooting 38% from downtown this season. Doesn't play a great deal, but he makes his minutes count. 3.5 to play in the 3rd. CSKA looking to attack on the inside again. Higgins blocked off by Langford and forced into a travel. Great defense from Keith Langford, who has struggled on offense, but he makes his mark at the other end of the floor. 10th turnover for CSKA, 2 more than Panathinaikos. And the gap close to 6 with the ball in the hands of the Greeks again. Both coaches ring the changes with 3.5 minutes to play in the 3rd. James Gist. Keith Langford, just 3 points so far. Langford looking to attack and fouled by Hackett on his path through the paint. Only the 3rd foul on CSKA. Langford is just 1 of 4 from the field so far. Still plenty of time for him to heat up one of Panathinaikos' main offensive weapons. Rodriguez was hot in the 1st half and has hardly cooled down here in the 2nd. He goes to the bench on 18 points. Papapetrou across to Calathes. He's going to take on another long ranger and hits it. Calathes with 5 quick-fire points. The force is with Luke Skywalker right now, as his coach calls him. Final 3 minutes of the 3rd, and an offensive foul against CSKA. Panathinaikos showing a real resilience here on the road in Moscow. Turnover number 11 for CSKA. Rick Pitino looking to orchestrate another win over the Russians, having beaten them in his first EuroLeague game in charge in Athens back in round 15. They are very much hot on their heels on the road here tonight. Gist. Langford. Langford taking his time, looking to attack. Penetrates the paint, misses the layup though. CSKA an opportunity if they so choose to run the floor. Ukov. They'll take their time and play in the half-court, CSKA. Daniel Hackett hasn't scored since his 6 very early points. Fouled by Langford. Langford's second foul. Panathinaikos already at the limit, so CSKA will go to the line.
He's coming back in Ioannis. That's what we have to play in secondary break. We cannot hold the ball that much. Come and set a pick and
The first point since the first quarter for Daniel Hackett. He makes them both, and CSKA are 12 of 13 from the line. Two minutes and change remaining in the third quarter. Antetokounmpo hasn't played a great deal on the burst to the basket. Here he scores with the contact. A big play coming into the game from one of their big men. Ioannis Antetokounmpo going through the gears and attacking strong and injecting some life into Panathinaikos. Only plays 13 minutes per game on average, but he plays those minutes with such energy. Averages 5.2 points, shoots 75% from 2-point range. He completes the 3-point play, and this is just a 3-point game. Ukov. A number of key players on the bench for CSKA. Panathinaikos hoping to take advantage of that. Hackett has the scoring responsibility again. There's the athleticism on the boards of Antetokounmpo, making his mark at both ends of the floor. And he drew contact as well, so Panathinaikos will walk back up the other end of the floor and shoot 2 more free throws. CSKA at the foul limit for the quarter. Antetokounmpo, who hit one to complete the 3-point play a few moments ago. His second season in the EuroLeague at 11 minutes per game last season. 26 years of age, the Greek international. Gets them both as Panathinaikos get within 1. 100 seconds to play in the third. CSKA have been up by as many as 10 in this quarter. Here's Ukov running into Papapetrou. With Pitino frantically directing traffic from the sideline. Hines out to Corbinov. Hackett, a good look for 3. Can he make it count? No. Antetokounmpo can only knock it into the air, and it's reeled in by Gist. Nitunis wants a timeout desperately. Panathinaikos want the lead desperately. Calathes. Gist to Langford. Little jab step, takes it on the right-hand dribble, steps back, shoots from the elbow. Langford doing what Langford does, and Panathinaikos ahead from 10 down. Timeout called by CSKA Moscow. They have let this lead slip. He can put this one back in their favour. Ioannis Antetokounmpo has certainly played his part, tied level with his teammate Ioannis Papapetrou. At 75% inside shooting coming into this game, leading the league in that department. And he's come into this one and scored 5 points. Here in the third quarter, Panathinaikos have the lead from 10 down. Final minute of the third. Higgins to Antonov. Corbinov looking to take on Antetokounmpo. Rodriguez back in the game. The drifting three off the mark. Tipped out of bounds by Corbinov trying to grab the rebound. And CSKA fail off the back of the timeout. (49-39) was the 10-point lead for CSKA. So 19-8 since then for Panathinaikos. Langford looking to shoot again, misses that time, batted back but only into CSKA hands. Cory Higgins will take his time. The shot clock turned off at the end of the third quarter. Can CSKA retake the lead before the buzzer? Here goes Higgins all the way through, uses the window, couldn't get it to drop though. Third time, lucky it goes for Corbinov off back-to-back offensive rebounds. Pana punished at the buzzer. Punished for not protecting their own board. There's one from Hines, there's two from Corbinov, and there's 2 points. The lead swings back in CSKA's favor here in Moscow, 59-58 with 10 minutes to play.
Все достаем свои билеты и смотрим. Тогда я читаю, внимание, сектор АП, ряд номер 1. Нет, Щукин.
Perhaps the best quarter of the lot in terms of the quality and the entertainment. Big finish from Papapetrou off one of the 8 assists from Calathes, who then turned the paint into a dance floor. Rodriguez, though, has been dancing with the Pana defense all night long. A big putback that time off his miss. And the one-man dunk machine, Ioannis Papapetrou, with 4 dunks here, a couple of alley-oops off Calathes' assists. And battling on the boards at the buzzer, Corbinov beats the clock and gives CSKA a 1-point lead. After Panathinaikos had come from 10 down to take the lead themselves, 59-58 with 1 quarter to play. The bigs of Panathinaikos have played their part. The Calathes and Gist as well. Here's Langford. Only a couple of field goals so far, but he hit a big one to give Pana the lead in the third quarter. Well, the balance on the baseline from Papapetrou, but he turns it over. Rodriguez goes behind the back as Panathinaikos scramble back. Really good transition defense to force CSKA to play in the half court. They'll do so with Clyburn. Corbinov to Rodriguez, forced towards the baseline, didn't step on it though, and they squeeze it right down the baseline. Antetokounmpo's running the floor here, but Panathinaikos didn't see him. Papapetrou wasn't able to play that pass. Gave it to Nick Calathes, and by then the opportunity had gone begging. And there was a foul on Cory Higgins. So a promising start to the fourth for Rick Pitino and his team. Cause for concern for coach Dimitris Itoudis against his former club. Pana looking to get their noses back ahead here. Calathes, a real live wire. On he goes, but the shot falls short. Rodriguez. Hines. Hands it off to Higgins. There's Corbinov, he'll attack. And there's an offensive foul. Or it may be a step on the baseline. Coach Itoudis doesn't quite know. At least he doesn't agree. Papapetrou is coming out. And Ian Bayukas will come in. Gist to Antetokounmpo and Langford. Just 5 points so far for the number 5. Langford looking to attack again here, though. Antetokounmpo from the far side looking to get into the paint. The shot foul well short. No score yet in the fourth quarter for either team. Clyburn. There's a foul on Nick Calathes. Quite nail-biting time just yet, but it looks like it's going right down to the wire, this one. Higgins. The right-hand dribble drive. Hines dishes it back. Rodriguez will take on another three. Rodriguez hits for the 5th time from the outside. CSKA up by 4. 21 for Sergio. Langford to Gist. Got the contact and very nearly put it in as well. Instead, he'll have to earn them both from the foul line. Rodriguez just looking like he can't miss. You expect it to go down when he pulls the trigger. Tremendous body shape. Going sideways and then stopping and turning face on to the basket in the blink of an eye. 21 points as well as 2 steals for him this evening. He's only got the 1 assist, but he's left creative duties to his teammates and taken on the scoring responsibilities, more than double his season average for points. James Gist has since gone to the foul line here to try and halve the 4-point deficit. .24 points, by the way, is Rodriguez's season high. His career high is 26. He's got 21 now. Two points the gap. A good job from Gist to hit his foul shots. Rodriguez, bounce pass over to Korbanov, wide open for 3, too long. Antetokounmpo and Vajukas getting in each other's way on the rebound attempt. Had just one of them gone for it, they certainly would have grabbed it. And the possession called in CSKA's favour, although Panathinaikos players and coaching staff are not happy at all with the call. And now I think they've turned it the other way. You can see it's CSKA not happy. Panathinaikos get away with that miscommunication on the boards. Calathes to Vajukas. Calathes trapped by 2. Gist will be able to reel that one in. Shot clock down to the final few seconds, though. Just trying to create room for the hook shot and score with just 1 second remaining on the shot clock. Panathinaikos level again, 62-62. 10 points for James Gist now off 3 of 5 shooting. The second Panathinaikos player to hit double figures. Rodriguez inside, they'll look across to the perimeter. Here goes Higgins to penetrate the paint, kick it back to Rodriguez, who floats it from the foul line. Sergio is searing hot, 23 points. Calathes. Here he is again. Langford, shot clock to 5, the jab step back, 3-pointer, and he got it to give Panathinaikos the lead. They just keep on coming, full of character in Moscow here tonight. 64-65, 6 minutes and change to play. Higgins. Lost it on the dribble, but he was fouled by Antetokounmpo. I believe that will be the 3rd foul on Antetokounmpo. Langford up to 8 points now. 5 of them coming in the second half. That was his first 3. Panathinaikos are up to 50% from the outside, 7 of 14. CSKA 8 of 14. So the 3-point percentage is starting to even up a bit. Korbanov let it slip through his hands. And CSKA might let this one slip if they're not careful. They've led by 10. They trail by 1, and they've just turned the ball over for the 13th time. Korbanov goes to the bench. Papapetrou. Bayukas. Langford looking to really come alive now down the stretch. 4 to shoot here. Langford steps inside, off the window, wouldn't go. Looking to do it all himself. CSKA come in transition. Panathinaikos get back behind the ball though and do well. Here's Hines on the interior, looking to battle his way to the basket. Another offensive rebound. It might well be Panathinaikos' downfall tonight. CSKA's 12th of the game, after they grabbed 20 here last week. Calathes foul, but not in the act of shooting. The basket won't count. The foul called on the floor before the shot. Hines ready for the rebound, quicker than anybody else in the paint, and put it in at the second attempt. That was his first field goal of the game, but he has grabbed 8 rebounds, and 5 of them have been offensive rebounds. Pana have to be careful here not to turn it over. Midway point to the 4th quarter. Calathes on the perimeter. Now Langford looking to attack again. He's rejected, grabs his own shot, gets it away in time, can't get it to go at the buzzer. And then DeShaun Thomas grabbed it, but couldn't keep hold of it. This is going to be a real scrap to the finish. They might have called a foul there. There's a technical by the looks of it on coach Dimitris Itoudis. They may have called a foul against CSKA as Thomas grabbed that rebound. A tremendous play from Langford after getting rejected to then get the second shot away in time with only a second or so left on the shot clock. He was very aware. And we've got a timeout here with CSKA leading by 1, 66-65. More than double his season average. A bright future, I'm sure, for a man playing in just his second EuroLeague campaign. Went to the NBA with Sacramento in between his 2 seasons with Panathinaikos. He's back now and playing longer minutes and certainly making more of an impact, and he's left his mark on this game in Moscow tonight. It is Panathinaikos possession off the back of the timeout. Calathes into Langford. They trail by 1, final 5 minutes. Langford into the lane, turns in a crowd of red jerseys and misses the shot to the left of the basket. He's taken on a much bigger responsibility shooting the ball, Langford, down the stretch, but he's only 3 of 12 from the field, 25%, 2 of 10 on the inside. He is really Panathinaikos' go-to scorer. It's not quite happened for him yet. Higgins dishes it off, the miss on the dunk attempt, but back out to Rodriguez and plenty of time. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Rodriguez looking to work here with Hines, back out. Clyburn wide open, can't hit the 3. Hines another offensive rebound, and he's fouled by Papapetrou. Kyle Hines grabbing his 6th offensive board of the game and his 9th total rebound. Panathinaikos are really going to struggle to win this game if they can't take care of their own backboard. It is now 15 offensive rebounds to 9 in CSKA's favour. 6 more second chance opportunities. CSKA shoot the ball so well, you cannot afford to give them extra shots. Great credit to Kyle Hines, though, because he's battled away on the boards, having had a tough night from the field. He's only hit 1 of his 7 shot attempts, but he's 4 of 4 from the foul line off those big hustle plays. 3 points the CSKA lead. Kilpatrick, far side. He'll take on scoring responsibility now, and he gets whacked in the lane. Keith Langford, who's been struggling, goes to the bench. So Kilpatrick comes in, and he's straight into the thick of the action. Playing his rookie EuroLeague campaign, having signed mid-season. Played for the Chicago Bulls in the NBA last, where he averaged over 15 points over 9 games. He's averaged 11 points across his previous 7 EuroLeague appearances since signing. Only 5 so far tonight, though. He's only 2 of 8 from the field, but as you can see, 9 out of 10 from the foul line since arriving in the competition. Make it 10 of 11. Panathinaikos within 1, final 4 minutes. Rodriguez. On the turnaround, Higgins, too long, will it go off the hop? Not the first time, nor the second, but Clyburn there. And Pana getting burnt on the boards. The 16th offensive rebound. Clyburn's 11th total rebound in the game. 3 points the gap again. Here is Kilpatrick. His turn to attack CSKA. Tough shot in traffic, but prodded away beyond the baseline. Last touch off for Panathinaikos player. Rick Pitino needs to draw up a plan B because it's not happened. Maybe even a plan C. It's not happened for Langford, nor for Kilpatrick.
Guys, you gotta run an offense. You gotta stop fucking going one-on-one. You gotta run an offense and screen. You gotta sprint down to a high-low situation. He would be in front of you.
Rick Pitino really not happy with the one-on-one offenses taken on by Langford. And then Kilpatrick coming into the game wants the team to move the ball better, as they were earlier in the game, allowing Papapetrou to get up to 10 points off the penetration, the cuts to the basket, the assist from Calathes, that ball movement, and that passing that just hasn't been there over the last few minutes. Papapetrou 4 of 6 from the field for his 10 points, joint level with James Gist as the leading scorer for Panathinaikos so far. Maybe he'll get another opportunity to attack, but they've gone to their one-on-one scorers who just can't do it against this CSKA defense. So, as Rick Pitino was saying, and we do apologise if you picked up any bad language in the timeout, they need to run an offense rather than a one-on-one attack. CSKA 70, Panathinaikos 67, 3 minutes and change to play. Panathinaikos might have taken this position at the start of the evening. Rodriguez taking on another outside shot. Off the hop, wouldn't go this time, and Panathinaikos finally wrestled down a rebound on their own backboard. DeShaun Thomas, after a series of offensive rebounds for CSKA. Now let's see what they can do on the offensive end. Calathes, another who shot the ball poorly tonight. He's 2 of 8 from the field. He does have 9 assists, though. Well, they turned it over. The official on the baseline, right on top of it. He's looking a little calmer. His team have been in a real fight on home floor. They've only lost 1 of their last 24 games in this arena, CSKA. 2.5 minutes to play. They're only just ahead in this one. Higgins. The basket here would be a big blow for Panathinaikos, and that call is a big blow as it's cursed by Patino. Panathinaikos very close to forcing a turnover. Instead, they received their fourth foul of the fourth quarter on DeShaun Thomas. Non-shooting foul, and that was their foul to give, so CSKA inbound from the sideline. The next foul from Panathinaikos will send CSKA to the stripe. And there's an unsportsmanlike called on Ioannis Papapetrou. That is an even tougher blow. It's a triple blow, really. It's their fifth team foul to take them to the limit in the final quarter. It's his fourth personal, so he's hanging by a thread now. And most significantly, called unsportsmanlike, which means free throws for CSKA and possession of the ball after. A few better at the line than Cory Higgins, who's hit his last 16 in a row. Make it 17. He's up to 12 points here tonight.
Cory Higgins.
And CSKA are up by 5. Panathinaikos in desperate need of a defensive stop. They put so much into this one to keep it so close for so long. Knocked away beyond the baseline, which weighs the possession arrow. Looks as though it will still be CSKA ball. We've got a timeout here. 6 seconds left on the shot clock for CSKA to work with. He's only shooting 49% inside and 27% from downtown through the season. Panathinaikos as a team only shooting 30% from long range, but they're 50% tonight. 7 of 14, as they were close to that when they beat CSKA in Athens in round 15. 6 seconds for CSKA to shoot here. Can Panathinaikos get the defensive stop that they crave? Sergio Rodriguez dishing it off. Wouldn't go down for Kyle Hines as he went down to the deck. Looked like he was fouled on his way up, though. Calathes coming in behind, and Tudis asking for another unsportsmanlike. That was Calathes' fourth personal assist as well. So he is walking the disciplinary tightrope, along with Papapetrou. If Kyle Hines can hit the next, it would stretch the advantage for CSKA to 3 possessions with 2 minutes to play. And he does get it to go. They've been immaculate from the stripe tonight. 18 of 19. Pana needs something special in the final 2 minutes. Calathes slicing through the lane and getting fouled, so he will go to the line. The foul is on Higgins. They will want to take on those quick offenses when they can as well, Panathinaikos, to make the most of the remaining seconds. Calathes over his season average, his very impressive league-high season average for assists. He's got 9, came in averaging 8.4, but he's still frustrated with himself in terms of the shots he's taken and missed. And he misses the second free throw there, but it's not beyond the baseline by Clyburn. Calathes up to 8 points. Misses the second, but this looks like it will remain in Pana possession. Indeed it will. Let's see if they can make the most of that miss from the foul line. Calathes. 10 seconds to work with. Thomas. Thomas from the elbow, got the defense up in the air, got hit and banked it in. DeShaun Thomas, so composed on the edge of the paint. Knew exactly what he was doing, but then had the ability and the quality to execute. Caught the defense on its way down, but still was able to get his angles right. Panathinaikos a chance to go back within 3. And they have done, as Thomas hits 9 points. A big 3-point play off the back of the Calathes missed foul shot. It's a one-possession game again. Final minute and a half approaching. Symptomatic of the evening, Panathinaikos just refused to budge here, despite the best efforts of CSKA to overhaul them. Clyburn spinning in the lane, turns it over. And a kick ball called against Kilpatrick. It looked like it was just fired at his foot by Clyburn here. Let's have a look. Maybe got his hand in front of his foot as well. That's what he's saying. Let's have a look. This will be a better angle. Clyburn. It looks like it's fingertips to me from Kilpatrick rather than the foot. Well, that is really tough to take for Panathinaikos. CSKA ball. And with just 80 seconds to play, they're having to explain this to Rick Pitino on the far side, the officials. What a tough break that could be, not just this evening, but in the course of their season when it's all said and done. We'll never know, of course, what might have happened the other way. They need to dig in deep on defense again. Higgins gets open for the long-range 2, misses. Calathes grabs the rebound. Final minute approaching. Panathinaikos within touching distance. Inside to Gist. Back out. Thomas steps to the side. Thomas for the tie. Bang! Panathinaikos level on the road in Moscow. 74-74 with 58 seconds to play. 12. Final minute. Sergio Rodriguez, the game's leading scorer, with the ball in his hands and the win hanging in the balance. Rodriguez looking to attack Thomas, steps back, shot clock's down to 5 here. Rodriguez will quicken the pace, tries to shake off the attentions of Thomas. Hackett gets it away, contested, misses the shot, but another offensive rebound for CSKA. Panathinaikos are going to have to dig in deep again. 5 seconds to shoot once more. Here goes Higgins. And the foul called against Kilpatrick. They've given up 16 offensive rebounds, Panathinaikos. I've said it before, but I'll say it again. You just cannot give CSKA these second chance opportunities. They are going to punish you. Kilpatrick, Calathes and Papapetrou all on 4 fouls now. Rodriguez goes to the bench, 22.2 seconds to play, but CSKA will go to the line. The shot clock turned off here. Panathinaikos look to be almost dead and buried, down by 6 with 1 minute and 51 seconds to play. They scored the next 6 points, though, to get back level. In fact, they were down by 7 with 1 minute and 52 to play. So 7 in a row to tie level at 74-74. CSKA getting themselves back ahead from the stripe. Higgins, perfect. He's 7 of 7 from the line. Calathes, Pana down by 2. Shot clock turned off. Here's Calathes. Into Gist. And a foul on the edge of the paint with 12.3 seconds to play. So James Gist will go to the foul line to try and level things up for Panathinaikos. CSKA take the foul and will have the opportunity to respond themselves for the win, whatever happens. Gist is 3 of 4 from the line tonight. Shoots 71% across the season, but only 66% for his career. He hits the first. Now can he get Panathinaikos level again? A huge clutch free throw in their charge towards the playoff places. He misses it. CSKA grab the rebound. They've got to foul Panathinaikos. With 9.9 seconds to play, CSKA back to the stripe. Thomas takes his third foul. Coach Calathes' team, point by point, free throw by free throw, second by second, edging closer to another win, but Panathinaikos not giving up hope just yet. A timeout with just under 10 seconds to play. Of course, if they do make them both, they may well foul after that, so that Pana can only go to the line for two. It's Clyburn at the line, a 71% free throw shooter, and he hits the first. Now, this is the big one. Will it be a 2 or a 3-point CSKA lead? He is up to 77% this season from the stripe. Misses. Now a chance for Panathinaikos to maybe force overtime or even win it. 4 to shoot. Papapetrou. Calathes from way outside. Banks it in! Some Greek magic from Pana's Greek god. Patino's push towards the playoffs continues. Nick Calathes, who'd hit just 3 of 9 from the field and has struggled all season long from the outside, hits off the glass from way beyond the setting sun. And the sun has certainly not set on Panathinaikos' charge towards the postseason. CSKA do have 0.2 left on the clock. It's surely not enough. They are changing it, though. Only 0.3. Nick Calathes has won it for Panathinaikos. (77-78). Would you believe it? Nobody touches it all the way down the court. Calathes and his bench celebrating what could be the biggest win of their season.
Дайте шуму!
A moment of magic in Moscow from one of the EuroLeague's magic men. Nick Calathes wins it with a deep triple as Panathinaikos become just the second team in the last 25 visitors to win here in the Russian capital. They extend their win streak to 4 games and they put CSKA's 7-game win streak to the sword. A night to remember at the Mega Sports Arena for those players wearing white and green. It finished 77-78 to Panathinaikos.
Спасибо огромное фан-сектору. Спасибо огромное всем. Поднимите свои шарфы, болельщики красно-синие.
Calathes getting the congratulations, but what a team effort from Panathinaikos on the road in Moscow tonight. So many stepped up. Oh, come on, it's not that bad. CSKA still second and heading to the playoffs with home court advantage, but Panathinaikos may well join them in the postseason. The morale-boosting win, the big-time shot from their leader, Nick Calathes, finishing with 11 points and 9 assists. He'd hit just 2 of his previous 8 shots, in fact, before nailing that long-range 3. And Moscow is stunned. Rodriguez's 23 points coming On the wrong side of the scoreline as far as CSKA are concerned, Higgins had 14. Thomas led Panathinaikos with 12 and made some huge shots down the stretch himself as well. They finished with 4 players in double figures. Panathinaikos, Gist and Calathes with 11 and Papapetrou with 10. Ioannis player of the game, and it just had to be Nick Calathes. His first three-pointer came right at the start of the game, and that was his only other field goal in between his 2 threes, the second of which came right at the end.
Nick, that was huge. That was a great game. You're the player of the game. Congratulations. You finally broke the losing streak in Moscow of Panathinaikos since 2011. How do you feel about that?
It was a great win for our team. Obviously, I think we're down 7 with a minute and a half to go, and we fought back. We got to give a lot of credit to CSKA. They're a very good team, but you know, tonight our bench stepped up. Lekevicius came in and made big shots. Ioannis Gist was unbelievable. So it was a team effort, and it was a big win for us.
Thanks, man. Congratulations.
Their first win in Moscow for 8.5 years, and Nick Calathes 11 points, 9 assists, leading the way for Panathinaikos once again. You can see there his shooting. He was just 1 of 5 from the outside, 4 straight misses before nailing that game winner from several yards back. And there you see it as well on the same side as he'd missed 4 in a row, having hit that early one from the opposite side right at the start of the game. This is what the EuroLeague is all about. What a matchup in Moscow here tonight, and what a shot and performance from Nick Calathes. Let's hear now from Ioannis Papapetrou.
Ioannis, that was a great game, a great win. You made a huge step towards the playoffs. How important was this match for you?
It was very important. It was we knew CSKA plays great basketball. We knew we had to bring our best game. And I think we had the luck in our favor and hit Nick a big shot late in the game, and we got away with the win.
Before Nick made the shot, in your mind, did you believe he could make that crazy bank shot?
Oh yeah, I took the ball on top of the key. I really was looking to shoot it, but I heard Nick from my left ear. He was wide open, so I gave it up to him, and Nick made an unbelievable shot. Thanks,
Ioannis. Congratulations.
He was close to a double-double as well, with 10 points and 9 rebounds, and that vital third assist to find Calathes a couple of feet back beyond the perimeter to win it for Panathinaikos. A number of big performances from a number of those men in green and white here tonight. 2 steals and a block on that stat line as well, as Panathinaikos had to play tight and tenacious defense. Let's hear from the coach now.
Coach, that was fantastic. Absolutely crazy, especially the ending of the game. You broke that losing streak in Moscow, which we were talking about in the beginning. How important is that win and getting closer to the playoffs finally?
It's huge. We're playing really good basketball right now, and we kept getting better day by day, week by week. And our goal tonight was to keep it close and try to win in the last 2 minutes. Now, we did get lucky there at the end, but it takes a little bit of luck on the road to get a good victory against an outstanding team.
You made a great run in the third quarter. You made that comeback, and then you started controlling the game. Was that the key moment of this game?
Yeah, we just said don't let the game get away. When we went down 10, just play it possession by possession. Don't come down and take a bad shot and make it a 14-point game. Take your time, run your offense, and we'll be fine.
Thanks, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Rick Pitino, who of course started his EuroLeague career with a home win over CSKA Moscow, does the double over them with an even more impressive victory on the road, and his team picking up pace as they look to push towards the playoffs. It is 4 straight wins now, their longest winning streak of the season. Coach Calathes and CSKA suffer their first defeat in 7, and just their second defeat on home court since the midway point of last season. Ioannis, some huge plays early on. Papapetrou with a dunk as well. Calathes facilitating the rest of his teammates. And you can see all over the court how badly Panathinaikos wanted to win this one. CSKA led for the vast majority, but Panathinaikos always clung in there and had the character, the heart and the resilience to hang in the game until that magic moment. What a night in the Russian capital, 77-78 it finished. Panathinaikos shooting 56% from the outside, including, of course, the Calathes game winner, 9 of 16 from deep. They've shot just 30% on average across the season. A huge improvement in that regard, and just 10 turnovers on the road in Moscow. That is very impressive as well, 4 fewer than CSKA, who won the battle on the boards. Look at the shot zones for Panathinaikos. They shot a better percentage by some distance on the outside compared to on the interior, and coach Rick Pitino said that they might have to do that to get the win against CSKA, and they stepped up to the plate. They're only 1 win behind, potentially, the Spaniards, if they can beat Budućnost later tonight. From me, Tim Long, it's been an absolute pleasure having your company for this one. Until next time, keep it one team, one way, one play. Keep it the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague.